Look, we've had the underwear bomber, we've had the shoe bomber, and now we've got the death ray bomber. I don't know if you've heard about him, but this guy was planning a massive terrorist attack. And I've come to the conclusion that people are right. We got to call it by its name. Stuff is very important. He's planning to kill an enormous amount of people and perhaps even the president. So they used a law from 2004 to convict him. So let me tell you about that. He's the first person to be convicted under the law barring attempts to acquire or use a radiological dispersal device, which combines conventional explosives, such as dynamite, with radioactive material. Congress passed a statute in 2004 to punish individuals who try to set off a so-called dirty bomb. So there was this case of Jose Padilla, who they called a dirty bomber, but then when they brought him into court, the Bush administration actually didn't have any evidence that he was going to plant a dirty bomb. But nonetheless, they had passed this dirty bomb law. But in this case, it is what it is. And so they've got this terrorist who was going to launch a dirty bomb. And look, we live here in America. Everybody does. Doesn't matter if you're a Republican or Democrat. It doesn't matter if you're a liberal or conservative. If that thing goes off in a city, we're all affected. Okay, so U.S. District Judge Gary Sharpe imposed a sentence at a hearing in Albany. Prosecutors said in a statement he was convicted on 3 counts, including conspiring to use a weapon of mass destruction. Can you imagine if you use that weapon of mass destruction inside the United States? We got to stop these guys. And step 1, the right wing is right. You got to call it by its name. It is right-wing, militant, nationalist fundamentalism. Call it by its name. Oh, I forgot to tell you who it is. The terrorist is Glendon Scott Crawford. He's a member of the KKK, a right-wing nationalist and a fundamentalist. You got to call it by its name. If you don't call out these white nationalists, well, how are you ever going to fix the problem? Do you know which Muslim was going to launch a dirty bomb, a weapon of mass destruction inside the United States? Oh, that's right. We haven't caught any. So have Muslims done acts inside the country that are terrorist acts? Yes, horrible. So it's super obvious, everybody knows it, and everybody acknowledges it. But when we have someone who was planning to do something as bad as we have ever seen, you were probably wondering in the beginning of the story, wait, how come I've never heard of this dirty bomber? How come I've never heard of what they're calling him the death ray bomber? That's what the press called him for like half a second. You never heard of him because, oh, he doesn't fit a narrative. If it doesn't fit a narrative, then we don't have to call it by name, and we don't have to worry about it. Let me tell you the other things that he was going to do. His plot to murder people he did not know was designed to, in his oft-repeated words, quote, take his country back from government leaders by forcing them to change government conduct he perceived as favoring Muslims. If you're a Muslim attacking others, well, you're going to get an enormous amount of media attention. If you're a white nationalist planning to attack Muslims in this country, and by the way, when you launch a weapon of mass destruction, I don't know if you know this, but he's so stupid he might not know it. It doesn't just affect Muslims. It actually it spreads out to the whole community and kills us all. And he was planning to assassinate the president as well. Authorities said Crawford, who worked at General Electric Company, carried out extensive research on radiation dispersal devices, learning what level of emission was required to kill humans, and conducting reconnaissance on potential targets, including a local mosque. Imagine he's a Muslim targeting a local church. How often do you think you would have heard this story? Look, on the substance here, great work by the authorities. They caught him. He did not get to kill anyone, including the president. So great job here, policing in America. Credit where credit is due, wonderful. And they didn't not look into him because he's white. They didn't take race into account. They didn't take religion into account. They did it exactly right. Wonderful job, okay? Now, when it comes to the media, it's a white nationalist who was planning to detonate a weapon of mass destruction in this country. Who cares? So what I'm trying to get you to do is question what you're seeing. Question the narrative. Plenty of people question us, bless their hearts, right? But you should also question what's on TV. What do they focus on and why do they focus on it? And what are the things that they don't focus on and why do they make those decisions? This narrative doesn't sell, so it gets buried. But you're going to see all of that here, whether it's a terrorist attack carried out by Muslims, by non-Muslims. And by the way, in America, there is 7 times as many terrorist attacks by right-wing fundamentalists as there are by Muslim fundamentalists. Now, it's very fair, by the way, to give you context, to say there's a hell of a lot more right-wingers in the country than there are Muslims in this country. It's about 50% of the country is right-wing. Now, of course, not 50% of the country is right-wing fundamentalists, but that's exactly why we try to give you context. Don't blame all right-wingers. That's nuts. Don't blame all white people. Don't even blame all nationalists. Blame the people who actually did it and the fundamentalism that drives it. And if it's a Muslim terrorist who does it, obviously don't blame all the Muslims. But I say it's obvious, but it's not obvious to others. But do talk about the fundamentalist ideology in Islam that drives it. That is very relevant and pertinent. So if we're going to call out things by name, great. Let's do it evenly and let's do it fairly, unlike the rest of the mainstream media. You know who makes independent media possible? You guys. Because of you, we can actually do this show free of any outside influence. That's what makes us so strong. Become a member today. tytnetwork.com/join. You are the media.